Hello. All right. Good morning, everybody. Let me let this last person in real quick and we'll get going. Hope everybody had a good, safe weekend. Hopefully, nothing crazy happened. I know at our house it was pretty slow. We ended up giving out just like literal like handfuls like this of candy because we didn't want to be stuck with bowls full of candy at the end of the day. So it was way less than normal. So I hope everybody else had a good weekend. You did something fun, um, and we're safe. So let me go ahead and start my screen share and show you what's on your plate for this week. So for this week, 11.2 through 11.8, it's all about 2.1. So now we're finally into unit 2. 2.1 is dealing with a bunch of things, but mainly quadratic functions. So something like x squared plus 2x plus 7, just something that looks like that. So the first section is talking about a specific form of quadratic functions. So quadratics can be written in like 3 or 4 different forms, so they can look different. It's still the same function. It doesn't matter which form it is, which form it's in. Just different forms give us different pieces of information. So for 2.1, you could see in the title, vertex form. The whole point of a vertex form is to just give us the vertex. We can look straight at the function and it just tells us exactly what the vertex is. So yeah. So each thing in here, just to double check and make sure everybody's on the same page. Obviously, you can still access the textbook and the pages that it's on with this top link. The practice problems, so that's at the end of the lesson, the practice section. It's actually a column that's labeled practice. This will tell you what page they're on and which problems I'm talking about. I added this in, and I don't remember if we talked about this last week because last week was a test week for you guys. So let me go ahead, and I'm actually going to talk about a couple of these things and show you real quick. So if I talked about this, I'm sorry, but if I didn't, or if people weren't paying attention, this is good to know. So I've had the question of what happens if I want to practice this material more? Do I just go out and look up videos? Do I just kind of scrounge up my own problems? No. So there's a couple of different options here. The first option is you can go inside Envision, right? Envision, I always load, I don't know, usually I think every week it's about 6 or 7 different things against you along with the interactive textbook. So these other things are typically titled like Math XL. So it's like a program where you can get some practice from. these extra assignments that are loaded against you would be amazing things to go in and practice this material. So let's say you do all the practice problems and you're still struggling and you're still not sure and you want some extra practice. I would encourage you, go to Envision, access some of those extra things that I've loaded against you each week and just try some of them, right? Give it a try. And you can see there's more directions about them. These are not to be collected by me, even if you do them, right? That's totally cool. You don't need to let me know. These are just there for you to access if you need them. The other option is you can complete the other sections in the back of your lesson. So if you go to your textbook and you look, the practice section is just one column out of like 6. I don't know. There's a bunch of other columns that you could practice problems from. So do you understand is the first column you'll come to at the back of the lesson. Then there's a do you know how column. Then there's an understand column. So these 3 are probably going to be your next best bets. After you get done with the practice problems, choose a problem from any of these 3 sections. And I think that would be great, right? That would practice the material. You'd get another chance to do a problem. If you're doing a review for next, for Unit 2's test, one of these 3 sections is great. These apply problems are a little more difficult. They're application problems. It's not necessarily that you can't do them. We would definitely do them in class if we could work together, but I'd probably do these with you in class just to make sure everything was going good. But you can give them a shot if you want. And then these assessment practice problems, those are great problems to practice at any time. This week when you're doing the lesson, right before a test, those are awesome problems as well. Don't forget all of these sections, including our practice section that we do each week, all of those problems are included in that solutions manual, that key that I upload in Canvas each week. So if you're doing problems from the understand section, you can always check your work and check your steps by going to that solutions manual each week. Because there's the answers to all of these problems are in the solutions manual. All right, let me show you this next thing I want to announce. I've kind of told a few people about this, but not everybody. And again, I don't think we talked about this last week. Maybe we did. My mind's going. I'm sorry. But this is new starting this week for both you and geometry. We switched out of doing the check-in and the essential question each week. We're still going to keep with the check-in. That's going well. 3 to 5 problems. People are retaking it and trying and getting their scores up. I'm seeing a lot of people get like a 2 out of 5 or a 3 out of 5, and then they'll keep retaking it until they get a perfect score or a 4 out of 5. So that's good to see. If you got questions when you're doing that check-in, make sure you let me know, right? Send me an email, say, hey, this problem doesn't have the right answer, or I'm struggling with this problem. Can you help me out? For sure, okay? This vocabulary and concepts, that replaced your essential question. And like I've told a few of you, especially at conferences, the essential question was turning into a lot of cut and paste for a lot of people. I noticed that, I would grade, student A, and then their answer would be the same thing as student B and the same thing as student C, which, it is what it is. Obviously, maybe I didn't make this super clear. I wanted you to rephrase those things in your own words, right? And a lot of people are doing that, but I saw a lot of cut and pasting too. So we decided to try something new for Unit 2. So vocabulary and concepts is all about just those 2 things. So they're not going to be problems that you're actually like calculating and finding an answer to, like x equals 7 or something like that. These are just going to be questions about vocabulary from that lesson, or about the overall concept from that lesson, okay? So it's treated just like a check-in. The whole, like the format of it is going to be just like a weekly check-in. You're going to go in here. It's basically a graded quiz. You could retake this thing as many times as you want, just like the check-in, right? There's no time limit, just like the check-in. But we're just switching out of the essential question to something like this. Now, let me kind of preempt this with, I am not creating these. I create the tests and I create the check-ins. One of my colleagues is creating the vocab and concepts thing. So if you see something that's weird, please let me know. If something is missing and it tells you to look at a graph or something like that and the graph's not there, please reach out to me and I'll fix it right away. Okay. And that goes with my stuff too, because I screw up things all the time. So let me know if you're ever in this material and just something looks weird or something's not worded right or it's unclear. I'd be happy to fix that. I appreciate that. All right. So from here on out, just to be clear, instead of an essential question and a check-in, now it's a vocabulary and concepts and a check-in. These two things will be due Sunday night by 11:59 p.m. So make sure, just like I just announced a minute ago, these are unlimited attempts. They're not timed. Take them as many times as you want until you get the score you want. Okay? Obviously, even if you get a 4 out of 5, I would recommend retaking it. The more you can keep yourself higher and higher with your score, the more wiggle room there is later on with tests and stuff like that. But it's up to you. Here's the solutions manual. This is all the answers to every problem in the back of the lesson. And then my video tutorial, me walking you through the lesson, all the example problems, all that kind of stuff. I talked about my 2 things I wanted to announce. The 2 things that are for homework due on Sunday night by 11:59 p.m. No late work, as well as that new assignment, the vocabulary and concepts that replace the essential question. So I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to be quiet, let these late people in, and then pause for questions. Feel free to unmute yourself. Nothing. I was going to share with you, we went to Dutch on, I think it was Halloween Day. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. We went to Dutch Bros. And the main dude, he's like the manager there, the shift manager, Josh is his name. He had this like cutout box, and it was a big box, and it was like a Zoom thing. So he had different like faces in different boxes. And then his face was in the top middle box. It was really creative. Perfect for the times, right? So. All right, people that do have questions and want to hang out and work with me, hang back. Everybody else, we'll see you Wednesday. Take care.
Hey, Chapman.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point out that the vocabulary, that 2.1, it says it's due yesterday.
Okay. I'm going to go in and change that right now. Thanks, Kyler. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, questions?
I just wanted to say hi.
Hey, Noe.
And bye.
Bye. Have a good day. We'll see you Wednesday.
You too.
Bye.
See you, Mr. Shepman. Have a good
Hey,
one.
Liam. Yeah, see you, Liam. Aiden, you got questions, man?
No, I just wanted to say have a good day.
Oh, you too, buddy. See you, man.